everyone, I'm Charmin and today we'll look into Xavier's newest story. To be honest, I'm kind of scared, but he can't die, we all know that. They just made the trailer, so sad I guess, but I'm really excited. He is my favorite character, and I'm really happy that we finally have some more actual story. So let's have a look. And oh wow. After some investigation combined with a vague hunch, I've identified a highly suspicious wanderer. Andrew is tracking it, but it's been several days since I got a response. This will always me to the test the new gear Simon modified for me before the next mission. The only problem is that my partner who promised to join me for this trial is late as usual. Xavier. Oh well.
10 rings! The training session is over now.
That's Simon for you. Sorry, Simone probably. She can turn even the simplest sidearm into something extraordinary. I switch on the safety and put away my gun. My gaze drifts to the empty lane beside me. Looks like Xavier, king of tiredness. Aw, don't be mean, girl. Didn't get the chance to try out the new gear first.
But at least I have the luck of a partner who's always thinking about me.
Oh, yes, that's true, Xavier, that's true. Whenever he appears on the screen, it just makes me happy. The door to the shooting range opened without me. Noticing Xavier leans against the door frame and smiles. To be honest, at first I thought that his name is Javier. I don't know why, but I was just like, Javier? And I was like, goodness, it's Xavier. Although, in my language, it would be Xavier, so...
I got caught up following a new lead. I didn't have time to tell you.
No. Is it about the case you've been digging into? You've been really mysterious about it. Time you filled me in. He raises the cup in his hand as he speaks.
Let's talk over a cup of coffee first. I'll tell you everything then.
Of course, always tired, always need coffee. I follow Xavier to the training room's lunch area. I grab the cup of coffee he offers me. I cautiously take a small sip. It's a little hot and sort of weak, but it's still decent. You made this? Oh.
The coffee machine did all the work. I just put in the beans and provided the cup.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll do the same. Although I don't drink coffee, so tea is fine too. You can't mess that up. It sounds like you didn't do much, but the coffee isn't bad. Hearing this, Xavier chuckles. Oh, I love when he does it. It's just so cute. Oh my god. So your investigation is coffee related?
Certain people were smuggling painted protocore fragments in the coffee beans. I had to attend as a judge at the coffee contest. I figured that with all the effort they put in, there would be a clue about the ether cores. But all we got were some modified, regular protocores.
Oh well, maybe next time. Oh, I thought... I pause and my gaze falls into the cup in my hand.
What is it?
I love when he says that. I don't know, it just makes me so happy. Since joining Special Operations, Xavier and I busied ourselves with tracking down the leads on the ether cores. But I always had a feeling that he was carrying out this secret mission even long before he joined. Oh girl, you need to catch up with a lot of stuff. A lot. I also think it's connected to Xavier's other secrets, but this isn't the right time to delve into them. He wouldn't tell you anyway. I hold myself back from saying I thought you'd know something related to the ether core's whereabouts. I thought you had more solid leads than Simone and I.
Oh, I figured you'd ask something more probing.
How so? As if reading my mind, Xavier gives me a chance to steer the direction of this conversation. But when Xavier lowers his head in response to my question, it almost seems like he's slightly upset. Oh, don't make him upset. It's the last thing I want to do.
Isn't there anything you genuinely want to ask?
And the way he looks at us like we are going to hit a Bambi or something. Despite everything we've been through so far, I've never really pressed Xavier about his connection to the ether cores. In that case, I think the second one. Have you been tracking down ether cores before this? Because of my circumstances, I need to keep walking down this path, but what about you?
I'm in the same boat as you.
Oh, we all know that he does it for us. Oh, too hard.
Maybe the only difference is that I knew what the future would entail before I chose this path. And that very future is why I must continue to forge ahead.
Noticing my thoughtful expression, he smiles and gently smooths the furrow between my brows. I need someone to do that to me too, after a long day.
I know. You aren't satisfied with my answer.
That's alright.
But there are some truths you have to see and decide for yourself.
No, I could just look at him like that. I don't even need the film part. Xavier's hunters watch as well as mine beep at the same time as he finishes speaking.
The wanderer you identified earlier, the one associated with the beta protocurve energy, is confirmed to be related to the ether cores.
Now here we go.
The detailed information has been synchronized with your device's data log. Get ready to head out.
Okay, let's go, Xavier.
This wanderer will also be difficult to deal with. Should I ask Simone to assist you?
Lovely. I hate fighting in this game, I swear. That won't be necessary, my best mission partner is back. The call ends, I raise an eyebrow at Xavier. Oh, that was hard. I should witness the truths and answers I'm after for myself, but that doesn't mean I have to do it alone. One last question. I'd like to know if my partner is willing to fight alongside me for this, and whether or not it's just for today.
I believe this answer will meet your expectations. I'll always be with you, beyond just today.
Oh my god. Oh, it's not time for crying. It's just a warning. I'm a terrible crier, so, well. Now we are on the campus. 3 days later, Lincoln City. Okay. Prestara University. Lately, several students at Prestara University have disappeared after being attacked by the same wanderer, only to mysteriously reappear on campus a few days later. Although these students returned unscathed, they have no memory of what happened while they were missing. Alright. Oh no! Oh no! Xavier, you can now wear this uniform. We all know how it ends. I can't. While I was reading his third anecdote, I was just like, oh, I'm just a puddle. I just cry. Whew. Right. A hand reaches over, turns off the interface of my hunter's watch, and adjusts my cuff before pulling away.
If you keep staring at it, everyone will soon figure out we're hunters.
Ah, come on, girl. I lower my arm and glance at Xavier, who's walking next to me. You're right, Xavier, my astronomy buddy. Oh, I'd be too stupid to study astronomy. Well. The warm autumn sun peeks out from behind the leaves. It casts dappled light onto the corner of his mouth.
That sounds a little staged. You're my journalism schoolmate, remember?
I would love to be a schoolmate with Xavier, like, literally. Just take me. 3 days ago, the wanderer that Andrew tracked using the B protocol curve, or whatever it is, showed up at the Prestara University. Considering the recent student disappearances at the university, the association has assigned us to the mission to eliminate this wanderer. To prevent any unnecessary panic, Xavier and I are pretending to be students. Oh, how fun! With the university's help, we'll be conducting interviews with the attacked students under the guise of a campus TV station. That's fun.
You're walking too fast.
You can hold my hand, we can walk together. What the fuck? My wrist is gently pulled, bringing me back to the moment I realized I've been rushing. This is the pace I'm used to when I'm on a mission. I look around and purposefully slow down. But we finally found a wanderer that's connected to the ether cores. I would rather move quickly to prevent any problems from happening.
You seem eager.
Girl, you're no fun. So it's always like that. Same with Silas. It's always just like mission first. I'm just like no. Aren't you? Xavier adjusts my backpack straps as it starts to sleep. Gosh, I don't remember the last time I had a backpack. Maybe at my uni. A long time ago.
Information about the ether cores is always shrouded in secrecy. Out of 100 leads, one might get you somewhere at best. This lead seems unusually straightforward.
Alright. It's almost as if it's been set up for us to find. Is that what you want to say?
It's just a guess.
No, I usually don't like guys with glasses, but with Xavier it can be. Although, Silas with glasses, but still, without glasses better. You might be right, but what the lead right before our eyes, I can't shake the feeling that we need to check it out ourselves.
Yeah, you really are the powerful and impressive evolver everyone's been talking about. But before we meet those students, our first job is to act as students.
I bet he likes it. I mean, I love it. As we talk, we end up walking down a tree-lined path and arrive at a bustling square. Around us, numerous sleek temporary booths are set up. Students are excitedly waving through them.
Prestara University Club Recruitment.
There are so many people. Let's take a different route. It's almost time for our scheduled interview, and it wouldn't look good on us if we were late. Oh, come on, he's trying to have fun.
Yeah, it'll take a while. But how about
better.
we use this opportunity to relive our student days for a bit?
Yes. How are we going to do that? Xavier stares at me, then he fixes my hair and takes off his non-prescription glasses. Of course, non-prescription, and meanwhile me, I wouldn't see a thing if I didn't have mine. Oh, so close. Yep, without glasses 10 times better. He puts them on my face.
Much better.
Oh, thank you. Does this make me look more like a student?
It just looks nice.
Hi, are you a freshman this year? You seem perfect for the lead role in our film club's latest project. Are you interested?
Oh, come on, who wouldn't like to have Xavier as the male lead? Can I join too? While the club member looks down to find the registration form, a corner of Xavier's mouth slightly curls up.
What did I say?
Honestly, ask us. But I doubt it. I feel like Xavier was throwing his teammate under the bus, but this trick surprisingly works. By the time we arrive at our scheduled interview spot, I'm completely in the student mode.
Hello, I'm the student council's vice president. So, I was told you guys were hunters.
I like his voice. The tall, lanky boy gives a slightly uneasy smile, his head sinking lower as he speaks.
The students who disappeared earlier are waiting in the classroom. They only know it's for a campus TV interview.
Poor thing. Sorry, could you repeat what you just said? Oh no, he's probably like awkwardly social and just texting to say again.
Just keep the questions simple and try not to scare anyone.
Right.
After all, they've all had encounters with the Wanderer. Let's make sure we don't add to their trauma.
No worries. Understood, we'll be careful. Alright, let's see what happens then. Alright. As we enter the classroom, several pairs of curious, wary eyes quickly focus on us. As usual, I'm sorry if I mispronounced something. I clear my throat and offer a genuinely friendly smile. Hi, I'm a broadcast journalist major and a member of the campus television station. This is my partner. You don't say partner. Xavier steps forward but doesn't speak, which prompts me to continue. He's the one who will handle the microphone and camera. He's an astronomy major. Our simple introduction doesn't achieve the effect we wanted. Perhaps the Wanderer did give them quite a scare. They scrutinize us warily, but no one responds.
Hi,
I'm sorry, I second this. I mean, if it were up to me. A bag full of drinks appears from behind the door. The person holding it hesitates, struggling to gesture a couple of times. I take the bag. The vice president shyly smiles, then silently moves to sit by the classroom back door. He's definitely an introvert. Cooperating with us on the university behalf must be tough for him. When I distribute the drinks with Xavier, the classroom tense atmosphere begins to soften. As I try to come up with an appropriate icebreaker, Xavier nudges my elbow.
Oh, right. Didn't we meet up downstairs this morning?
I'm confused. I manage only a grunting response.
I think I forgot to check in for my morning class.
You're an astronomy major! Aren't you taking Dr. Ulysses' course?
Why do I know that name? It takes me a moment to realize that Xavier's somber tone doesn't match his hopeful eyes. It's cool. As I move the chair, I lean in closer to Xavier's ear. Did you do your research ahead of time? No, that's what you should do, girl, when you go on a mission. Come on.
I just threw out a question and didn't expect it to go anywhere.
Yeah, sure. As if I... Straightening his posture, Xavier smiles and looks at the student who responds to his question earlier.
Yeah,
that word.
His classes are really tough.
The student relaxes as the conversation begins to flow more naturally.
I knew it. When it comes to the strictest professor at Prestara University, no one can beat Dr. Ulysses. But it's not that bad. While he's strict in class, he's pretty chill on the basketball court when classes are over. Actually, I missed one of Dr. Ulysses' meetings because of that Wanderer incident. Thanks for reminding me. I need to catch up with him later.
You're welcome.
When he laughs, it's just like jingle bells in my ears. Ah, almost Christmas. Xavier adjusts his position and gives me a knowing look. Seeing Xavier's cue, I quietly switch on the recorder and casually throw out a question. Besides, missing out on that meeting, can you tell us a bit more about what happened after that attack? You can say whatever you want, don't worry, we won't disclose any personal information. The students exchange looks, they seem resolved to speak.
I'll go first then.
Go on. I'm not sure if it's just me, but his eyes seems to go blank for a moment after he said that.
This is what we call a white hole, a theoretical region of space-time. If we reverse all the symbols in the equation representing the geometry of space,
looking at you, I'm
in this
sorry.
very space, objects are no longer unable to escape.
We are not actually here for the lecture, but we might as well
they can only escape
look
from it.
the part. I slide the open textbook to the center of the desk, line up my notebook and pens, and place a water bottle to the side. Your desk is so neat, it's only a matter of time before the professor notices. According to a student's account, the incident occurred outside the classroom. He was heading to a meeting with a professor. I decided to talk to this professor to see if we could gather any new clues. So I dragged Xavier with me the next day and we snuck into his class.
Yeah, it's a perfect disguise. The way you quickly claimed a seat in the back was nice and clean, too.
Well, I could never done it because the back was always for the cool kids. Which I wasn't. The back row is the VIP section. It has a great view and ambience, perfect for relaxing entertainment, and even spotting 2 students in the back row secretly holding hands under their desk. I casually changed the subject. Don't change the subject. Crop his head. Where did you prefer to sit when you were in school? Oh, I know that.
I didn't have a particular preference, but I usually sat in the back too. The sunlight was nice, and the breeze was refreshing.
How comfortable were the desks and chairs?
They were okay.
Well, at my uni they were terrible. As our casual chat drifts on, I flip open my notebook and turn my attention back to our mission. Even though we learned a lot of details from talking to the students affected by the attack yesterday, we didn't find anything notable. Those 5 students were either normal people or evolvers. They encountered the Wanderers in various spots. Some were on the tree-lined path and the other were in labs, and they woke up in different places afterwards. This Wanderer doesn't seem to be limited to indoor or outdoor spaces. There are no clear patterns to where it shows up.
It's not completely random, though.
Xavier takes the pen from me and draws a few circles on my notebook.
All the incidents happened at night. If that's connected to the Wanderer's behavior, then we can narrow our search. Also, all these students just started college this year.
Can I start college with you, Xavier? I would even go back to my college. Yeah, our universities are not great in my country, but if Xavier was there, I'm going back. Does that mean something?
Maybe this Wanderer thinks freshmen are easy targets.
Well, if I were there, the Wanderer would just attack me and I would just vanish. Yep, absolutely. Then it must have access to the university enrollment system. I flip through the notebook pages again and again, yet nothing clicks. It seems like the Wanderer is targeting the students at random, but I can't believe it's just coincidence.
In this world, many coincidences are often part of a larger scheme.
Can I have like a playlist with Xavier's smiles and chuckles, please?
These students have been chosen for a reason. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Some Wanderers do target certain individuals, for example.
You! Over there!
Oh, yeah. Oh no! Oh, we are screwed. Realizing this sudden silence around me, I look up to see Dr. Ulysses, however it was pronounced, on the podium. He's smiling.
Yes. I'm talking to you, young lady in the back row.
Oh no! It happened to me in real uni too, and I was just like, oh my god!
Come up here and show everyone what a Morris Thorn wormhole is.
I can talk to you in Korean if you'd like that. I never thought I'd get caught talking in class for a moment. I'm stunned and don't know how to respond.
No? Then let's have your friend try. Come along now.
Go, Xavier. Save me. I'm sorry. I tug at Xavier's clothes and quickly whisper, let me do it. If I mess up, I'll just apologize. Xavier reassuringly squeezes my hand, stands up, and confidently walks to the podium. But he was like the best student in his class. Of course he will know the answer. Plus he's from the future, so I don't see a problem. The classroom lights dim, and a holographic projection appears from his fingers. It forms the image of the universe. That would be beautiful.
In theory, the Morris Thorn wormhole is a traversable wormhole. It is spherically symmetrical and features a throat that bridges 2 black holes.
Lovely. I wouldn't like to encounter 1 black hole, and then there you have 2.
The throat is a finite spherical region containing negative energy density matter to counteract gravitational forces inside the wormhole.
Yep, absolutely. As Xavier speaks in a measured tone, the stars shift under his touch to gradually form a wormhole model. The light from distant planets flickers before us, and his silhouette seemingly stretches across light years. For a moment I wonder, was Xavier like this back in the college?
Correct. The negative energy's repulsive gravitational properties keep the wormhole's throat open, allowing matter or signals to pass through. Time travel becomes possible with this model.
Of course, Xavier knows about it then.
For example, the deep space tunnel above us might very well be a giant wormhole. The mysterious deep space signals could then make their way to our distant Earth. Perhaps certain materials, or even other forms of life, can find us through these cosmic channels.
What did she say?
What are you thinking about?
That if I were an astronomy student, I would suck at it. No, they wouldn't even get me there. I snap back to reality. Xavier has crossed the starry expanse, and now stands before me. He's within arm's reach once more. Can we just like reach him and grab him and pull him and something after that? I'm curious. Were you really an astronomy graduate?
Who knows? I have too many diplomas at home. I need to check first.
You can give some to me. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, with how many years he's been here, it doesn't surprise me. When the bell rings, signalizing the end of the lecture, the classroom empties out quickly, even though it was packed just a moment ago. As the professor starts to pack, I approach him. I'm about to ask about the students who were attacked.
Xavier, have you been a deep space hunter for so long that you want to relive your college days?
Isn't that the guy from the first anecdote? I might be wrong. The professor walks away from the podium, one hand holding his bag and the other in his pocket. His serious demeanor is gone.
Hello. Are you also a deep space hunter? His colleague, perhaps?
Yes, and I'm so sorry for interrupting the lecture.
This is Ulysses. He's an old friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Now he works as an assistant professor.
I was promoted to associate professor 2 years ago.
Oh, Xavier, how could you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
First, there was Jeremiah, or my language is Jeremias, a mysterious florist now is a university physics professor. I'm once again shocked by how unpredictable Xavier's social circle is.
Let's get back to business. You're not the type of person to visit without a reason. Did something happen at the university?
I'm on a mission.
Well, if you're involved, it can't be just any mission.
Of course.
Should I be expecting a major incident to take place?
Well, we won't blow up the whole uni, I hope. Looks like I'm not the only one who has certain impressions about Xavier. But this gives me a perfect opening to ask him about the Wanderer. Dr. Ulysses, we heard one of your students was attacked by a Wanderer and went missing for a few days. Were you in the area when this happened? Ulysses pauses for a moment before nodding.
I was in the lab preparing for a meeting when I heard a scream outside the room. But I didn't find anything even after looking around. I later learned that a student had been attacked by a Wanderer. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured.
At least. It looked like Ulysses didn't see the Wanderer. I'm a little disappointed.
Did the lab's flux stabilizer show any reaction?
No.
I'm immediately get what Xavier is hinting at. If the flux stabilizer didn't react, then the Wanderer's metaflux fluctuations level must be below 50. There are only a few Wanderers capable of such stealth. Our search is narrowed considerably.
It's also possible we're dealing with a modified Wanderer.
We can call Silas. He can help us. As if reading my mind, Xavier reveals another observation. I nod. Got it. I'll ask Andrew to compare the protocurve data with the possible Wanderer profiles.
Wait. I just remembered something. The flux stabilizer can't detect that level of metaflux. However, the research center's RMFMA might.
Sorry guys, RMF is a radio station in my country. Alright. RMFMA. It kinda sounds like their jingle.
But the research center isn't even near here.
It was moved to the campus earlier this year, so it's not that far away now.
Always so convenient.
It should have captured the metaflux fluctuation and its dynamic range when the Wanderer appeared.
Okay. Then can we use that device for a bit?
RMFMA. It stands for Reflective Metaflux Field Monitor and Analyzer.
Yes. A flicker of doubt crosses my mind, but I push it aside for now. I wait for the Ulysses to respond.
Sure. As long as you have the clearance to operate it and access the system, you can use it.
Of course, Xavier would have it, but we don't quite fit those requirements.
Let's go.
Yep, of course. Huh? Xavier picks up my backpack and turns to Ulysses. Well, we're just gonna follow. Oh,
Aren't
Xavier,
you going to lead the way?
Take my backpack. My backpack was always so heavy, I always carried all the books. The research center Ulysses mentions is formally known as the Prestara University Deep Space Exploration Research Center. That was long. It houses the RMFMA under a skylight on the third floor. The machine's brass causing a bulky appearance make it stick out like a sore thumb. Yet the screen's flashing indicator lights and fast-moving images exude sophisticated air.
This analyzer is one of the most advanced pieces of tech in the past few decades. And it remains so today.
Xavier is looking at it, just like, that's nothing.
It can detect the slightest fluctuations in the deep space tunnel. Unfortunately, there are fewer than 10 of them in the world. Many talented researchers and professors have turned down prestigious offers elsewhere. Also, they could work with the RMFMA at our research center.
Do Xavier and I need to apply for access first to retrieve its data? Where's Xavier?
All the data related to the Wanderer is corrupted.
Oh, come on. Xavier appears from behind the machine. He removes his safety goggles and takes off his disposable lab coat. Aside from how did you operate that machine, and you know how to use it? I focus on the most important one. What do you mean by corrupted? Did it capture even a trace of the Wanderer?
Yes. It showed that a Wanderer appeared on the university's campus in the past 2 weeks. But all the data has been tampered with. The generated spectrum also has many errors. It can't be used as a clue.
Of course. The hem and cuffs of his lab coat somehow got tangled together. Xavier frowns and pulls harder, but they're still stuck. Oh, let me help you. Raise your hand a little more. As I help Xavier wriggle out of the lab coat, my mind races with questions. Maybe the RMFMA is too old, so it's malfunctioning.
If that were the case, the first issues wouldn't show up in detection and sampling errors. Which means someone deliberately tampered with it.
Once he's out of the lab coat, I meet his gaze. It's brimming with confidence. It's a rare high-end device, yet Xavier seems to know it inside and out, and can even log into the system to use it. Of course he can. Let's go closer. I slightly pull him forward. I purposefully change my expression and lower my voice. Alright, cut to the chase. How are you able to operate this machine?
It might look complex, but it's actually easy to use.
Of course he won't tell us anything. You know that's not what I meant.
You're not really going to interrogate me right now, are you?
Don't give me ideas, please. As Ulysses returns from examining the data, I let go of Xavier. I step back to make room. Don't let go. She doesn't listen to me.
The data is corrupted, and just as you suggested, someone probably tampered with it. However, the research center is a secure, newly built facility that few people can access. If we include me, only a handful of researchers work here. The last system login was recorded to be over a month ago.
Has anyone else been in here the past 2 weeks?
Ulysses thinks long and hard before finally giving a hesitant reply.
Yes, but it's not anything suspicious.
Uh-huh.
There was a study event here for new students. Part of the event included a tour of our facilities. That was when we introduced them to this analyzer.
Surprisingly, it all happened. The new students who started this year, could it be...
Those 5 students who were attacked all enrolled this year.
Xavier voice... my thoughts. I take out my phone, check the school's official website, and quickly find the article about the student event. Study, sorry. 5 students were selected. They are...
Here.
Xavier points to the 5 names displayed on the screen.
All the students who encountered the Wanderer are listed.
Ooh. The study event, the tempered device, the elusive Wanderer, everything starts to connect. This isn't a coincidence, Xavier. Something's off about that student event. The Wanderer is targeting its participants.
Indeed.
Ooh, here we go. He agrees but keeps his fingers on the screen. I look again. Group leader Soren, vice president of the student council. Oh, yeah, that was suspicious that he had a face.
I'm the student council's vice president.
Is the same guy who helped us on behalf of the university and the only one who wasn't attacked. Is definitely suspicious.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm contacting him right now. Ooh. Xavier is the first to head out after saying goodbye to Ulysses. His name is just too much for my tongue. I'm about to leave, but a glance at the wall makes me stop in my tracks. Instead of a certificate, there's an old framed group photo at the top. It's yellowed with age, and the faces in that photo are all a bit blurry. Yet the person who's on the edge... I look closer, and that indistinct figure suddenly comes into focus. It's Xavier. Ooh, Mish. You'll have to tell us about it. Right, getting closer. I sit on a bench near the basketball court. I watch the ball arc through the air and precisely hit the back rim of the hoop. It bounces back into Xavier's hand. Oh, I'd love to look at Xavier playing. It's hard to fully appreciate this rare sunset, something I haven't seen much since graduation. It won't be long until we meet Soren. I unconsciously lower my head to look at my phone. It still has my chat with him. We are still a little unclear about the students. Could you go over some details with us in person? How about we meet up in 20 minutes at the lecture hall in the main teaching building?
Sorry, I'm at the student union. There's a student council meeting right now. It won't end until at least 7 p.m.
How convenient. It's okay. We'll wait for you downstairs at the students' union.
You've been quiet for a while.
I'm just staring. Don't mind me. Ha, really? Xavier stops moving and stands by the 3-point line. He gazes at me.
We know he's in a meeting inside this building. Unless his evil lets him create wings so he can fly away, we'll definitely see him.
Yeah, just look at Xavier and be happy, girl, please. I look at the open door in front of the students' union. Then I look at Xavier's calm face. I wonder what's making the victims stay quiet about the study event. And then there's Soren. He knows why we are here but doesn't say anything. If he's really behind this, that's some nerve.
Maybe he doesn't want to get caught up in any trouble.
Maybe.
Either way, we'll be able to ask him soon. And if he still refuses to talk, we can investigate.
What means of investigation are we talking about? He keeps gazing at me, his eyes are firm and steady, I nod. Then he offers me the basketball. Let's play.
Want to try?
Well, Xavier, I am so small that you would have to lift me up. If you can. I know his invitation's actually his way of offering a break from the mission. I can't bring myself to refuse, so I stand up. Sure. After a brief warm-up, I confidently aimed the ball at the hoop. Well, my confidence would be nowhere. But before I can throw it, a sparrow just lands on the hoop. Interrupted by that, I turn to look at Xavier. If the Wanderer's appearance isn't a coincidence, then it just confirms our suspicion. Someone lured us here on purpose.
Should we call for backup in advance? Or are you implying there's a high chance the ether core is here? I'm going to guess the latter.
The sparrow is attracted to the small ball of light and flies away. Xavier moves close and supports my arm. Oh. Oh, yes, please.
Aim it a bit higher. Good. Now throw.
My accuracy is slightly off this time. The ball hits the backboard and rolls to my feet. I bend down to pick it up. Maybe it's not as terrible as we think it is. It could just be a coincidence, and Soren is a dedicated vice president of the student council. He does seem to be a good, well-behaved student, sort of like you. Xavier takes the ball from my hand and steps back to give me a demonstration.
Perhaps it's because he looks like a good student that makes him the best at doing things behind the scenes. After all, people don't write their secrets on their faces. The calmer the water's surface, the easier it is to hide dangerous undercurrents.
Ooh, we know about that, don't we? The ball leaves his hand and once again goes for the hoop with a precise shot. Of course, he's always good at everything. As it bounces back, I intercept it before it reaches him. You always have a lot to say about other people, but what about you? Oh, are we finally addressing the elephant in the room? Hey, let's get closer. Recalling the blurry yellowish photo from the research center, I move closer to Xavier. Maybe it's the backlight that causes flickering spots to appear in my vision. My consciousness falters for a moment. Xavier when I first saw him, Xavier in the No Handsome, Xavier in the research center, and Xavier playing basketball at sunset. They appear in front of me all at once. They line up gracefully and blend into the figure of the person before me.
Me?
You? Cutie? What secrets are you hiding behind your calm face? From the distant past to the present, who are you, really? Even though I'm so close to you, experience all these life and death situations with you, I still cannot seem to fully understand you. Oh girl, there's just so much suffering in him. Just needs a hug.
Huh?
I need a hug. Xavier's puzzled gaze lingers on my face and suppresses the question in my heart. The only thing I eventually say is, of course she didn't ask all of that. I was going to ask if you are a truly good student, or do you have some secrets? After thinking for a moment, he speaks in a calm tone.
I'd say I'm a good student. I paid attention in class and always kept my eyes on the front of the classroom. That's how I kept ending up making eye contact with a classmate who frequently turned around during class.
Oh no, I don't want to remember about that. Oh, tears in my eyes. He looks at me with a knowing gaze. I look back into his eyes and feel as if everything sounds familiar, because it does. It sucks that she doesn't remember. And then here we are. Maybe your classmate just wanted to check the clock at the back of the classroom, see how much time was left before class was over.
Oh.
Nah.
You're asking if I have a hidden side to me like Soren?
Something like that. He responds with a question. Now it's my turn to think about my answer. Fortunately, Xavier doesn't seem to expect one from me. Instead, he slightly lowers his head as if he's talking to himself.
But the parts of me you think you know, and the parts you think you don't know, they make up who I am. All of me. Right here in front of you.
Oh, yeah, it has my heart too. We no longer pay attention to the basketball. The sound of it bouncing on the ground echoes in my ears. It isn't until I see Xavier's hand wave in front of me that I realize the lingering sound is my heartbeat.
I think we have a new lead.
Do we? Don't go. I compose myself and look in the direction that Xavier is pointing in. I catch sight of enthusiastic student from yesterday's interview. He's walking out of the student union. Didn't he say he needed a week off after the Wanderer attack? I grab Xavier's arm. Something's not right. Before we get close, the student immediately recognizes me and Xavier. He excitedly waves at us.
What a coincidence! Why are you here?
Didn't you say you were going to take a week's leave at home? What brings you back? With no time to lose, I get straight to the point, but the student looks confused.
Huh? Did I say that yesterday? I don't remember at all. After the attack, my friend said my memory had gotten worse. I thought I was getting better over the past couple of days.
And don't worry, get older. I don't like where this is going. I exchange a glance with Xavier, my eyes saying something's wrong.
What do you remember then? Do you recall attending a study event around 2 weeks ago? Did anything strange happen at that time?
A study event?
He frowns, thinking hard for a long time, and then suddenly something dawns on him.
It wasn't weird, but we did come across something intriguing. When we visited the Deep Space Exploration Research Center, there was this unique piece of equipment on the 3rd floor. For a short while, I felt like I walked straight into a haunted house.
He dramatically gestures, still looking a bit shaken.
It looked exactly like that haunted house I'm always terrified of. I almost screamed. After the tour, others said they had the same feeling. That for a moment, they fell into a really scary place.
Well, we know where Xavier's going with his story. Wait, you're saying you all had hallucinations. Who else was there?
It was just the 5 of us, and the vice president. The guy had to step out for a bit, so we were on our own.
It's not a hallucination. This is something the RMFMA can also do.
You mean...
To make a long story short, it's like recreating a plane of existence and overlapping it with our reality. But only a few people know about this.
Okay.
We surely underestimated Soren.
Xavier grabs my wrist with one hand and supports my back with the other. It's alright.
Hold on.
We just have to stick together. Wait, you know where he is?
The research center. He'll get there before us.
Uh-oh. Not good. Not good. I don't want to go to Starfall Forest. I don't want to. Daylight's last glimmer sinks below the horizon and night arrives. As we stand in front of the research center again, the building takes on a more mysterious air under the night sky. Soren stands under the skylight on the 3rd floor. His back faces us.
You're quicker than I thought.
Uh-oh.
I should have known the moment I saw you.
Xavier stops behind him. After a brief pause of tension, Soren turns around.
Do you think you can still order me around, Xavier?
He can order me around. I'm sorry. He has a glance at me, then he looks away.
You can't. And neither can she.
I don't wanna. A sudden gust of wind stirs the indoor air. My heart trembles as I sense a faint energy fluctuations. Xavier, something's here. A light blade forms in Xavier's hand, and I also take out my firearm from my belt holster. I walk over and stand next to him. Let's take down Soren before the Wanderer arrives. But before I can get closer, Soren disappears. Uh-oh. I hear his voice behind me.
It's too late. It'll take you to the place you've always wanted to visit.
I don't want to visit. I don't want to visit. He can also teleport. Could he be... Yeah, part of Xavier's crew. The intensity of the energy fluctuations significantly soars. Xavier's hunters watch as well as mine beep at the same time before I can reach. In a shadowy corner where the moonbeam doesn't reach, a colossal beast has steered to life. Sorry. This energy, it's fierce.
A wanderer with an ether core.
Oh no. Oh no. It can't stay here. We need to lure it out. The light blade cleaves through the heavy darkness. Its shockwaves ripple to the end of the corridor. The Wanderer pauses its assault before creating an even fiercer wall of wind. It charges towards us once again.
You took the bait.
A huge shadow looms over us. I turn around and aim my gun. The expected protofield doesn't materialize. Instead, I feel a sudden coolness on my face, as if I'm being pushed through a barrier. Out of the corner of my eye, the RMFMA lights up again. Before everything goes completely dark, I reach for Xavier's hand, and I grab nothing. Oh no, 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 oh no. Oh no, of course. I mean, we all knew that we were coming here, right? Nebulae tranquilly hang in the sky as if they are the eyes of the universe. Faint rays of light spill over the shadows of trees that sway like waves. This feels like a protofield? A countless waves of both strong and subtle forces swirl through my heart. I stand in this unfamiliar forest enveloped in thick fog. Well, we know the forest. This definitely isn't a regular protofield. The energy here is erratic and the fluctuations are violent. Xavier, can you hear me? I call out to him several times, but only the wind's rustling of branches and leaves answers me. He was probably dragged into the protofield too. I have to find him quickly, absolutely quickly. Let's run. I look up and a meteor streaks across the sky. Strikes. It leaves behind a trail of fire as it flies past the tops of tall trees. A meteor. Several more follow suit. Before I can say more, all of them are heading toward one side of the forest. I can't help but follow them. In an instant, the night sky is ablaze with countless rays of light. Meteors pour down like rain. They disappear the fog and darkness which plague the forest as they fall into the same direction. I love English. Are they guiding me? I walk faster, gradually quickening my pace until I break into a sprint. Like me, the meteors fall even more intensely and rapidly. It's as if they are urging me to run with all my might.
Is that you?
Yes, I'm coming. This boy Xavier.
Where are you?
I'm coming. Just wait for me. Even though I can clearly hear Xavier's voice, I don't know where it's coming from. Is it in front of me, or is it echoing from the depths of my heart? Brilliant arcs of light flash before me as the wind's whistle resounds in my ears. My heart surges, overwhelmed by the surrounding chaotic energy. I have a bad feeling. Please stay safe, Xavier. I hope nothing bad happens to you. It can't, right? It can't. It wouldn't do that. And we both know it. As I traverse the dense forest, a mirror-like lake suddenly comes into view. Meteors strike down, falling into the expanse where the lake meets the sky. The energy fluctuations gets even stronger now. It pulls at my heart to the point where I struggle to breathe. Overwhelmed, I stumble and sink to my knees.
I'm not interested in playing hide and seek.
I love when Xavier gets angry. It's just like, ooh.
Come out.
Xavier! I frantically look around and spot Xavier near the lake's shore. Another figure quickly appears in front of him.
We're old friends at the end of the day, right? But you decided to greet me with a sword. That's cruel.
Soren, no, that's just an illusion. Soren adjusts his glasses and his previously friendly, bashful expression vanishes.
You haven't changed, even after all these years. You're still afraid of Starfall Forest.
We all are.
As if you're any different. To you, the ends always justify the means.
What are you trying to say? You have no right to criticize me!
I'm scared. Soren's laughter, twisted with rage, contorts his features into an unsettling and unrecognizable expression.
I used my life's work on you. I did everything I could to help you pass through the deep space tunnel.
Oh, wow.
And what did I get in return? I was abandoned, trampled on, and turned into an outcast in this time and space.
Well, we know that not everyone from Xavier's crew was happy.
Those were the rewards for your choices.
His figure vanishes with his words. He reappears in front of Soren, the blink of an eye, the tip of his sword poised to kill. Counter shot light blades rain down on Soren. Only his panicked voice can be heard within the dazzling spectacle of light.
You... Killing an apparition is a waste of time.
Then why did you dodge?
A beam of light descends and the apparition slides in half. Oops. Sorry, not sorry. It's not just an illusion. Somehow it and his actual body are connected. Struggling, I rush to help Xavier, but I fall again. If they are connected, then Xavier from our world must be connected with this bit. That's why maybe he's disappearing. The energy in the surrounding area has changed. Wait, Xavier's flurry of attacks continues, and there is no room for counterattacks. Nothing is out of the ordinary in terms of his appearance, yet his usual serene sparks of light scatter and fly chaotically around him, as if they've lost control, agitated, or consumed by something.
It's time to put an end to this charade.
Wait! You can kill me, but what about her?
Don't take us into this. A meteor falls into the center of the lake. It awakens a sparkling light that twirls into a vague illusion. The silhouette wears a hunter's uniform. It's hard to make out, yet it's unmistakably familiar. It's me! Uh-oh. Oh no, that's alright, Xavier, we're just behind you. My head, it hurts, but why? Yet, it's at that moment I realize something. Soren created this illusion to distract Xavier. He's using the lapse in judgments to attack Xavier's mind with his evil. In any other situation, Xavier would have no difficulty dealing with this type of evil, but with how chaotic the protofield is along with his power. Poor Xavier. Xavier falters, but he slowly regains his footing. When he raises his head, his unfocused eyes resemble a frozen lake. They're cold and empty.
It can't be her. She's not a sacrifice.
I mean, you can sacrifice us, I don't mind, as long as you're happy. I mean, it will make you unhappy, so...
I will put an end to everything.
Oh no! Xavier, I'm right here, there's an illusion. Perhaps weakened by Xavier's attack, the bullet makes the apparition stagger. With a reluctant, sullen expression, the apparition dissipates. The energy fluctuations also calms down. Even though the apparition on the water's surface is gone, Xavier continues to head towards the center of the lake. His expression is cold and his movements are stiff. It's as though an invisible force is pulling him along. This isn't good. The evil is still controlling Xavier. I rush out to stop him. You better hurry up, girl. Xavier! Oh no.
A planet that uses to survive. Doesn't deserve to be saved.
Let's just stop him. Oh no. Come on. Come back to reality, Xavier. Oh, why do they do that? Oh my god. Don't lose yourself to the illusion and just look at his eyes. They're just so empty. Oh my god. Look, I'm right here. Oh, did you guys see that? Oh, he just got like light back into his eyes when he saw us. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh.
You are...
Oh no. It's from their heart.
You can't stay Stay here. Run. Otherwise, you'll... as well.
No, I'm not gonna leave you. There's no way. It can just consume me. I don't mind. His power is fading. Is this space trying to consume him? Rest in peace. Oh. Wait, what's going on? Why can't I control your evil?
It's okay. Starfall Forest will stop once it has enough power. It will.
No.
I didn't protect you before. At least, it chose me this time.
I'm gonna cry. Enough power in that case. He looks at her with such a love in his eyes. I can't. Oh, no. The ether core. The ether core power should satisfy it. Well. Oh, they look so beautiful together. Oh my god. Fucking. Xavier?
You really are reckless.
It's alright, Xavier. Let's just hug. Everything's gonna be alright. Oh. I had to dry out my eyes. Do you recognize me, Xavier?
Hey.
Hi, hello.
Are you okay?
Don't move. I apply medicine to the wound on his arm, but he abruptly pulls away. I almost dropped the bandage. Xavier ignores my command and grabs my shoulder. He gives me a once-over. I'm fine. Don't tell me you're underestimating the power of an ether core.
I underestimated you.
I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, please.
An ether core's power isn't something anyone should mess with. If you use it carelessly, the protofield would have devoured you. What then?
I'm so sorry. I just don't want you to be devoured. I couldn't just stand there. I couldn't just stand there and watch you get consumed. Saving you took priority.
You didn't answer the question. What will happen then?
I'll just die, and that's fine. His hands grip my shoulder more tightly. I glance at Xavier's pursed lips and pat his tense arm. Xavier, are you mad? I mean, I understand, but on the other hand, I admit I was a little reckless, but wouldn't you have done the same thing if if it were me? Don't be upset. It won't help you heal and might affect your evil. We are so sorry, Xavier. I'm so sorry.
You always have so many reasons, but you never listen to me.
I'm sorry. I will next time. I poke his face again and again until he reveals a helpless smile. He takes the bandage beside him, quickly wraps it around his arm a couple of times, and then stands up.
The energy fluctuations around us have only temporarily subsided. They could spike again at any moment. And Soren is adding fuel to the fire. We need to get out of here before he makes his next move.
Absolutely. While you were still unconscious, I used my evil to scout the area. This protofield does more than just devour power. I can't find its boundaries at all. It's like a space where if you shout, there won't be an echo.
Don't worry.
I do worry. After getting his bearings, Xavier leads me deeper into the forest. I guess he knows where to go.
The protofield's environment was based on my memories, so there might be something that can help us leave.
I've never heard of a wanderer that could invade and read memories before. Or does this wanderer's connection with the ether core make it difficult?
There's also the possibility that Soren made some modifications to it.
After a brief silence, I carefully choose my words before speaking. Soren, he used to be your ally, right?
It was a long, long time ago.
Very long time ago. The light blade slices through several overgrown branches to clear a path. It dissipates into shimmering specks of light.
He changed his appearance and hid his evil. He needs to hide his secrets and also be in a position to strike me down if needed.
I immediately remember the perilous moments I faced with Xavier, as usual. When I first met at the abandoned research base with the Luminivores and the robots watching us at Azure Square, he sent them?
Maybe.
Xavier holds out a small light as if sensing something. He releases it and lets it out a dry laugh.
This forest. It's a trap clearly designed for me. This can only be his doing.
He really seems to know you well, but he also hates you. Recalling the conversation, I heard I hesitate for a second. Did something happen in this forest? Oh, girl, no, we are not doing this today. Is that why you're afraid of it? Moonlight gently falls, softening Xavier's features into a blur, and I hear his voice again.
Rather than what's already happened, I'm more afraid of what might come in the future. But right now, you terrify me the most.
I'm sorry.
You used the power of the ether core this time. I'm worried about what you'll do next.
Mary, what I've done can't be compared to your actions. Why don't you tell me what you did in the past? Uh-oh. Sorry, Xavier.
We're here.
Oh well. I'm gonna go to the third anecdote again and read it again and cry again, as always. Following his gaze, I see a massive spaceship hidden behind the towering trees. Unlike the wreckage I saw in No Hand Zone number 42, this one is more intact, with far more sophisticated engineering. Inside are various unfamiliar devices that are set up to form a makeshift command center. It's surrounded by papers lying scattered all over the place.
You really are here.
Yes, with you. You're not planning to use this spaceship to take us out of this protosphere, right?
It can break through even the most chaotic gravitational energy flux. A protofield might not stand a chance against it. Let's just try it and see.
Uh-oh. He flips several switches one by one, faint blue lights illuminate.
Traceback 2. Phyllis 1101, PLS, is now online.
Phyllis, that name sounds familiar?
It's my homeland. A place far away from here.
I silently repeat the name to myself and feel a strange sensation as it resounds in the depths of my heart. I pick up the papers next to him. The messy handwriting and symbols seem like they're from another universe. Backtracker's logbook. Oh my god. Coordinate parameters. I'm not gonna read that. I'm sorry, guys. You and Soren were both members of the Backtrackers.
Yes.
The image of the spaceship slowly loads onto a floating holographic screen. He scans the complex data line by line.
Even though we called it a small group, there were quite a lot of us at one point.
And we all know what happened.
But after all this time, only a few of us remain.
Basic spaceship inspection complete. Please enter your password and verify your identity.
Oh, what you gonna say, Xavier? Xavier doesn't respond and continues to press certain buttons on the panel. Then he places his hand on one side of the screen.
Your identity has been verified. It's been a long time, Captain.
Prepare for departure.
Understood. Commencing pre-flight checks.
Aren't you going to ask me more questions?
I would love to, but you probably don't want to talk about it. I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
You must have many more questions. I won't hide anything. Just ask.
I do have a lot, like, who are the backtrackers? Why did you come to this world? And where did these spaceships come from? However, you said everyone has secrets and motives. At the very least, I know you're not my enemy. That's all the assurance I need. Besides, now's not... Oh, can we just hug him? But let me say this first. This doesn't mean I won't ask more questions later. Once we are out of this mess, you're going to tell me everything. Slowly and in great details.
I'm okay with that.
Oh. Satisfied I nod. When I step back, my hand accidentally flips a switch. Huh?
Oh, celestial body of mine, slumbering adrift in darkness.
This voice is Xavier. Oh no.
Which never heeds the whispers of life.
Xavier, that's using it. A pair of hands covers my ears before the words can finish.
Not me.
Sure. Really?
No.
Oh, he's so adorable. Oh my god. Then why couldn't I listen to it? Seeing his ears turn red, I can't help but chuckle. I pat the arm resting across my face. Alright, it's someone else. Or maybe the spacesuit misses its captain so much that it's imitating your voice for fun.
Yes, I agree. It's something like that.
Of course, my dear. During the brief silence, Xavier releases me and quickly shuts off the recording. I'm about to tease him again when an alarm makes us tense.
Protocore energy is low. Unable to start.
Oh no.
Please refill the protocore energy cells to ensure a successful journey.
Uh-oh. Why the red warning lights flash? A sharp pang shoots through my chest. Xavier, the protofield is acting up again.
I know.
There's no doubt that Soren is manipulating the wanderers hidden within his protofield. He's trying to trap us
Prepare
again.
for launch.
It's recommended to refill the protocore energy cells before takeoff. Do you still want to proceed with the launch?
Yes.
Understood. Initiating countdown.
Alright.
Don't worry.
You told me this now. Before I can object, Xavier pushes me into a seat in the cockpit.
Protocore energy isn't the only thing that can fuel this spaceship. Although it can't support long voyages, escaping this protofield should be no problem.
Okay. After pressing a few buttons on the control panel, he takes something from the cabin wall and fastens it to his wrist. He sits down in the cockpit and takes my hand. He presses it against his chest and a sense of foreboding washes over me. That's probably not how you read it.
I need you.
Oh, that hit hard. You're going to use your evil as fuel? No? I try to put my hand away, but he tightly holds onto it. No, we're not doing that. Don't even think about it. The protofield already drained your energy. You're not allowed to use your evil right now. It's very obvious that fueling these spaceships will be too much for him.
It's not a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Using evil as emergency fuel is actually one of this spaceship's unique features. In the past, evil came to our rescue during several crises. It enabled us to make safe emergency landings. Besides, I've got you here with me. You're aware of the changes an ether core can bring. With your current strength, you can resonate and enhance my evil, right?
But
Only you have the power to help us safely leave the protofield.
I don't want to do that.
Trust me.
He cups my cheek with his other hand. With a soft voice, he makes a promise to me.
Your power will keep me safe.
Counting down.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7.
My heartbeat races, whether it's because of our current circumstances or the intensifying energy fluctuations. The pain in my chest grows sharper. Amid the blaring alarm, the spaceship begins its final countdown. The flickering lights spiral into chaos. Xavier looks at me, his expression as calm as it always is. He's waiting for me to respond. Alright, let all your power flow through me. I'll keep you safe, I promise.
I know.
Xavier, stop! Oh my god. Violent tremors and sense of weightlessness engulf us. After countless voyages through the boundaries of space, the spaceship plunges into the unknown once more. Chaotic energy crashes into the spaceships. The air currents instantly tear apart the scenery outside the porthole. I hear a high-pitched whistle. As chaos envelops in my vision, only one warm force stays tightly connected to me. It flows steadily from my hand and gradually covers the world in dazzling light. It overwhelms my senses. But then, weird, it feels like something is suppressing Xavier's evil, preventing a complete resonance.
Keep going.
Xavier tightly presses my hand against his chest. Even in the blinding light, his gaze stays calm and gentle. I grit my teeth and forget the power into a sharp blade. Slowly but surely, it cuts through the invisible barrier along with the spaceship. Space itself is ripped open with creatures' tremendous energy fluctuations and tremors. In the distance, a massive shadow looms.
At last, we forced it to show its true form. Get ready. It's time to deal the finishing blow.
Alright, I'll be right back. Okie dokie, the last one, I think. A deafening roar fills my mind, strips away my senses. Suddenly, it's as if a rift splits the space. It ushers us into a burst of gentle light and fresh air. After several long seconds, the discomfort fades. I slowly open my eyes. Oh, we're back. Everything comes into focus, and there it is, the RMFMA, standing serenely just a couple of meters away. We are back in the research center. My senses return to my body. I scramble to my feet and frantically search for Xavier.
You're struggling to find me, huh?
A familiar voice calls out from behind. I turn and see Xavier leaning against a nearby wall. A bright red light at his neck flickers a few times before settling down under my worried gaze. Oh, whoever put that on him, I'm gonna find you. And do some things that I shouldn't say on the internet. That light is flashing and you still want to crack a joke.
I'm fine. Just a little tired.
Let's go home. He opens his palm and hands me the ether core fragment and closes a soft
For its
grin.
sake, sit with me for a bit.
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's hug our star boy. Unable to resist Xavier's expectant eyes, I approach him and sit down.
I already sent the collected data and our coordinates back to HQ. The police will also be involved. They'll be here within 15 minutes.
You just go to sleep. We don't have much time. We need to. I'm about to get up, but he grabs my arm.
Let's make the most out of these uninterrupted 15 minutes.
Yes. I feel a cool touch on my ear after Xavier pulls out a pair of wireless earbuds.
There's just enough time for one song. Then we'll be in a hurry again.
Who invites a girl to listen to music with a wireless earbud? Everyone?
Hmm?
You should have offered me a wired earbuds. That way we'd be close enough that we couldn't drift apart.
I'm too tired to drift into a place that's far away from you. And I wouldn't, even if I could.
Save me. Outside the skylight, another morning dawns. that's not it yet. As Xavier expected, updating the intel on what happened on the campus is as though as tracking down the Wanderer. After leaving Prestara University, Xavier unsurprisingly retreats to his bedroom. Meanwhile, I return to the association with the ether core fragment. After a brief mission report, Captain Jenna warns me about our recklessness, but also commends us for successfully completing the mission. With the order to return home and rest, I time my visit to line up with Xavier's recharging period. I bring supplies to the 6th floor. After several rings, Xavier finally opens the door, his hair all tousled. Oh, you look
You're
great,
finally back.
You look like you just woke up. Why are you speaking as if you've been waiting for a while?
Well, you just saw me. How can you tell I haven't been waiting long?
He was waiting so long, though. He effortlessly reaches behind me and takes the plastic bag.
It felt like forever.
Stop it! Oh no! Oh my goodness. Stop it. I slip on my slippers and head to the living room. Xavier is already intently unpacking the bag full of food next to the coffee table. He pulls out 2 food boxes from the plastic bag and removes their packaging.
Is this from that store downstairs at the association? You went back there?
You needed to recharge, so someone had to return that ether core fragment, right?
Right. Thanks, partner.
In life? Oh, Captain Jenna wanted me to relay a message to you.
What is it?
With a mashed potato still in his mouth, Xavier looks up while the spoon is held. Something. It's a warning. She said if you deliberately put her team member in danger again, she won't let you off the hook.
Got it. I'll remind her about settling the other 5 verbal warnings she gave me.
In that brief silence, Xavier lowers his gaze and eats his mashed potatoes 1 spoonful at a time.
Did Prestara University say anything?
Surveillance and witness protection are ongoing, but we still haven't found
If
Zoran.
we haven't found him by now, chances are we never will.
Hopefully. He casually talks about it, but his words carry a mixture of indiscernible emotions. I decided not to dwell on it. You don't know where he's going, right? Either, sorry.
Nope.
Not that he could. As I reflect upon everything, the vague, tangled clues pile up and cast a large shadow behind the clear image of Soren. Getting out of this precarious situation unscathed isn't something he could accomplish on his own. Only a few groups could pull that off. Who's supporting him? Yeah, maybe Ever. Who knows? Maybe Caleb. Who knows? After finishing a box of mashed potatoes, Xavier retrieves a stack of documents and sealed bag from under the coffee table. Inside the sealed bag is a tiny button-sized device. I can't help but pick it up. What is this?
Ulysses found it at the research center. He urgently sent it over. Initial tests show it has a radio frequency chip that can resonate with metaflux fluctuations.
So this little thing is the culprit behind the RMFMA's malfunctioning and even the tools Soren used to learn the Wanderer.
Yes.
Thank you, Professor. The room falls silent again. I follow the train of my thoughts and speak up. Can you also use that device to recreate a plane of existence and overlap it with the reality? You mentioned earlier that this is something only your people know about.
That's right. But you know I don't like illusion stuff.
Neither do I. Xavier Comey says I know, then put the sealed bag back on the table. Who can help him make that? Xavier doesn't respond immediately. Instead, he pushes the stack of documents toward me.
Here's the latest analysis and theories based on what we know. It includes a list of groups with similar tech. Go through it, and you'll come to your own conclusions.
As always, Xavier doesn't explain. It's as if he's already at the finish line with the answer. He's quietly waiting to see if I'll join him or choose a different path. However, I'm not content with following his lead this time. Ye have some explaining to do, my dear. I place my hand over his and stop the documents he's pushing towards me in their tracks. I'll read these later. Xavier, I'd rather trust what you have to say right now. After a brief pause, Xavier purses his lips and finally meets my intense gaze.
It's Ever.
Doesn't surprise me. Ever. Some of the black backtrackers are also involved. They know everything you know, and they've had their eyes on you for some time, right?
Yes.
That's probably why he has that color. That makes them our common enemy, then. Outside, the leaves rustle as the wind slips in through the gap in the window. The curtains flutter. My shadow merges with Xavier's, and it feels like the impenetrable door in his heart has opened slightly. Oh yes, let me in! This time we're finally standing on the same side. Oh, that's it. Oh, that was lovely. Oh gosh. Well, I cried, so whatever. Guys, thank you for today. I hope you had fun, and yeah, let's see what's in store next time.